Please find a comfortable position on your back. Take a breath to stretch out fully and put the rest of the world on pause. This time is for you. And on your next breath, I invite you to move intuitively into the moment. Windshield wipe your knees, clasp them into your chest. Unwind any tension around your sacrum right into the ground. Find your happy place, even if it's stillness. If at any point things get too intense, come back to this place. I designed this yin yoga flow to help me process the feeling of resignation while creating the labyrinth Resign to rise. In this pattern, walkers spiral down to the bottom of a well before rising to emerge through the body and wings of a phoenix. This 1-hour yoga practice uses the breath to move somatically from the ground to a standing position. Poses will be held for 1 to 2 minutes, and while props aren't necessary, they can greatly enhance your experience. 2 of my favorite props are a bolster, pillow, or couch cushion, and a block or stack of books. Now, if you've been moving, find stillness. Feet on the ground, knees knocked in towards each other. Let time stop. And for a moment, I want you to feel the weight of the world pressing down on you. Breathe. Resignation seeps into my life when I stop trying. And it's usually because hopelessness has already flooded the basement. All it takes is peering over the edge and I'm paralyzed, sucked down the well into the maelstrom of its inescapable gravity. Breathe. The dizzying nature of this maelstrom feels paralyzing, inescapable, like I'm resigned to stagnate, hopeless forever. Rainier Maria Rilke wrote, "Let everything happen to you. Beauty and terror just keep going. No feeling is final." In the tarot, resignation is that moment after the tower has fallen, but before the precious blaze of the star has been revealed. Breathe. On your next inhale, think of a kindness that you have received, great or small, something that made your whole body sigh, ah, So. Stay with this, and on your next inhale, allow your pelvis to tilt away from you, belly expanding, low back lifting. Exhale, contract, and feel your pelvis reaching back for the ground. Stay with this movement, letting this bridge of kindness stabilize all four corners of your feet on the ground, enough to lift your hips a tiny bit. And then a tiny bit more. Enjoy this movement, letting your spine begin to roll further up and down against the ground, or find stillness in a bridge, pausing at the top to stretch the backs of your ribs and muscles that wing out around your shoulder blades. This back bend targets the spine, and you're welcome to place a block at any height under your sacrum, the wide triangular bone at the back of your hips, to feel held by gravity. Relax your neck, release your jaw. And on your next exhale, remove any props and descend gradually, letting your spine drip back onto the floor. Inhale and stretch your left arm and leg out. Exhale your right knee toward your chest. Inhale and pass your knee to the opposite hand. Allow your exhale to pull your knee across your body, rolling onto the outside of your straight leg. As you inhale, pass your knee back to your right hand, rolling back to center, opening the knee up and out to the side. Follow your breath, passing your knee back and forth, twisting the spine. Take your time digesting the memory of that one good thing. Maybe your free hand gets involved, stretching out to a T. Maybe your head starts to relax opposite your knee to accentuate the spiral of your spine. inhale your way to center. And exhale your left knee up to meet your right. Inhale to stretch your right arm and leg out. Exhale and snug your left knee toward your chest. Inhale, passing your knee to the opposite hand. And allow your exhale to bring your knee across your body, rolling onto the outside of your straight leg. Breathe into the flow of this twist, back and forth. Let your free hand drift out if that feels inviting on this side. And maybe your gaze starts to drift toward that free palm. So. Bring up another detail of that kindness. Let your hands linger, sliding up and down, supporting your knee, yourself through the twist. Shed another layer and let the awareness move the stagnation of resignation through your body. On your next inhale, prepare to let the momentum of your next movement roll you all the way over your straight leg to land on your belly. Left knee bent out to the side for half frog. Circle your left arm around and push your palm into the ground next to your cheek to unwind your right arm. And at any point during this next sequence, feel free to place a bolster under your torso for gentle support, or take your hips back to your heels for a wide-legged child's pose. Wherever you land, explore the angles and positions of knees and feet to find an opening in the inner thigh. How do you want to hug the earth? Consider the placement of your torso and head. Are your hands straight out in cactus or pillowing your skull? I find this pose to be supremely grounding and actively seek it when I'm feeling overwhelmed. Breathe, allowing the natural pause at either end to lengthen. Slowing down, listening to geologic time. If you're in half frog, on your next inhale, straighten your leg, bending the other knee for an experience that is both similar and different. If you're in child's pose, feel free to plant both palms by your ears and inhale, scooping your head up to hands and knees, and exhale to round your tailbone and cycle back to child's. Breathe and give thanks for this moment, for the kindness you are actively giving yourself right now. For the kindness you deserve. Hug the earth and let gravity hug you back. Straighten your leg. On your next inhale, curl up into Sphinx, elbows beneath shoulders, torso propped and cradled. That bolster, maybe it fits perpendicular to your torso for a gentler, greater opening at your solar plexus. Inhale and feel a gentle compression at your low back. Inhale again and melt your collarbones open, shining the center of your chest forward, like the sun. Exhale to release the pose, clearing any props to cycle back into child's pose. Hips to heels, contemplating the words of Hermann Hesse in Siddhartha. I have had to experience so much stupidity, so many vices, so much error, so much nausea, disillusionment, and sorrow, just in order to become a child again and begin anew. On your next inhale, rise to hands and knees, inching your palms forward and your hips back into puppy pose to awaken your arms from the base of your palms through your armpits, maybe even down your torso and into your hip creases. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Inhale and prepare to thread the needle. Exhale and bring your left hand under your right armpit, taking the stretch into the back of the left shoulder. Play around with the placement of your right palm. Is it stretched out before you, closer to your nose to balance your weight? Maybe your head touches the ground and maybe it doesn't. Feel tension in your shoulder unfurl like a wing. When you feel resigned, how can you reach out? Push into your right hand to release your left arm. Out, up, and to the ground. Inhale your right arm out and exhale to thread the needle on the other side. As you feel the stirrings of your wings unfurling, remember a time you offered someone else a kindness. If you can't think of one, think of something that you would like to do. Even something anonymous, something small. The outstretched hand can both give and receive. push into your left hand to unwind. Wave that wing out to the side and pause, coming to all fours. Push back to arrive in an easy cross-legged pose, right shin bone crossed in front of the left. Close your eyes and feel the energy swirling through your body. Before energy becomes kinetic, it's called potential energy. Can you feel this potential? Inhale your spine tall and twist over your right shoulder, bringing left hand to your opposite knee and right hand to the ground behind you. Inhale, length into your spine, and exhale to relax a little further into the twist. Twists stir up digestive juices and get them flowing again. What is stagnant will never rise. What are you hungry for? Untwist your torso and cross your right hand over to tickle your left knee. Fold forward to let your back round over your crossed arms. Stay here, shifting torso from side to side, or allow it to rise up, bringing the backs of your hands together, or even the palms to come into eagle arms. Unwind your arms, rest your palms on your knees, and feel the work. Feel your potential. Change the cross of your legs and inhale tall to take this twist over the left shoulder, right hand coming to opposite knee, left palm to the ground behind you. Inhale length. Exhale to sweeten into the twist. Untwist your torso, crossing your left hand in front now to tickle the opposite knee, folding forward to round your spine. Sway from side to side, feeling how this crossing of the midline is activating new neural pathways. Stay with this or allow your torso to rise up, backs of your hands or even palms coming together into eagle arms. Wherever you are, imagine the locus of the movement is coming from your shoulder blades, your elbows, your hands. Feel your wings flutter. Unwind and pause. Hands on knees to listen to sensations flowing up and down your spine. We are going to sequence through 3 asymmetrical poses on each side before working our way up off the floor. Half shoelace, sleeping swan, and dragon. Straighten your right leg, leaving your left leg crossed on top of the thigh. You control how far up the shin your top leg is crossed, or even whether it remains on the ground. The sole of your left foot snuggled into your right thigh. Inhale to stretch tall and exhale to round forward. You may not go very far at all before feeling an edge in the right hamstrings that you can breathe into. The word hamstrung came up in my journaling about what resignation feels like. That sense of paralysis resulting from a vicious action, something that struck a vulnerable place, my back body. Resignation makes me aware of my weaknesses, and awareness is the first step toward actively caring for them. On your next inhale, rise up and bring your left hand across your body to the ground. Use the energy from your exhale to push into your palms and roll all the way over your straight leg and into sleeping swan. Your left leg remains bent, knee pointing to the side, while your right leg remains straight as we shift focus from right hamstring to left glutes. You may remain upright or begin to melt your torso over a bolster to your elbows or down to the ground, making a pillow of your palms. We began this practice with a half frog, opening into the vulnerability of the inner thighs. And this sequence works methodically around 3 other sides of each leg, the hamstrings, glutes, and quads. This is to remind you that a step in any direction, even what may feel sideways or backwards, is still action, potential to kinetic energy. On your next inhale, push into both palms to rise up. Come onto your fingertips and hinge your hips back, creating space to bring the sole of your left foot to the ground. Feel your focus shift in dragon to the right quads. I invite you to find intuitive movement here. Maybe your left hand comes to your knee while your hips dip down into the right. Maybe your left foot drifts to the top left corner of your mat, rolling to its flexed outside edge while you explore coming down on palms or elbows. Wherever you are, I invite you to rise in dragon, placing both hands on your left knee. Shine your heart light forward as you build up some heat. If you feel stable here, let's explore some arm movements. Feel free to narrow your stance here. And at any time, you may even bring both knees together. Inhaling your fingertips to the sky. Exhaling them to wrap around either side of your skull. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to sweeten. Inhale to release your cupped palms up to the sky. Exhale to circle your arms around your body. Take up space. Inhale your cupped palms before you. Exhale. Receive. Inhale your palms to your heart. Exhale. Shine. Let's flow through that again. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, palms wrap the skull. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to sweeten. Inhale, palms up to release. Exhale to circle. Flap your wings. Inhale to cupped palms. Exhale to receive. Inhale, palms to heart. Exhale to shine. Using your breath, bring your hands to the ground and pull your right knee in to sit your hips back to the mat. Straighten your left leg this time while your right shin crosses the left thigh for half shoelace on the other side. Remember that you control the intensity of this hamstring stretch with the placement of your right shin. You could also snuggle that right sole up against the left thigh. Inhale to stretch tall and exhale to round forward even the tiniest bit, to breathe into your edge. Following the breath, let tension unwind. Let it spiral off. Allow what is too heavy to slough off, to be taken by gravity. On your next inhale, rise up and roll all the way over on your straight leg to arrive in swan. Your right leg remains bent, knee pointing to the side, while your left leg remains straight as we shift focus from left hamstring to right glutes. You may remain upright or begin to melt your torso over a bolster to elbows or down onto the ground with a pillow of palms. Surrender to this pose. Surrender into this present moment. One difference between resignation and surrender is a difference in agency. A difference between passive acceptance and active yielding. To shift from resignation to surrender, inhale to find some tension in your body. Now exhale to let it go. On your next inhale, push into both palms to rise up. Come up onto fingertips and hinge your hips back, creating space to bring the sole of your right foot to the ground. Dragon shifts our focus to the left quads, and I invite you to find intuitive movement. Dip your hips to the left, inch your forward foot to the top corner of your mat. Come down to the outside edge while you sink into palms or elbows. Know that no matter how pervasive resignation might feel, you can't solve all the world's problems. You never could. You never will. To rise from resignation, you must move toward active surrender of what you cannot control and allow your own heart, your own fiery essence to burst forward. Wherever your curiosity has led you, I invite you to rise in dragon, placing both hands on your right knee. Feel free to narrow your stance or even bring both knees together. As we did in Sphinx and Dragon on the first side, shine your heart light forward, build some heat. If you feel stable here, let's give your dragon some wings. Inhale your fingertips to the sky. Exhale them to wrap around either side of your skull. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to sweeten. Inhale to release your palms to the sky. Exhale to circle your arms around your body. Take up space. Inhale your cupped palms before you. Exhale, receive. Inhale your palms to your heart. Exhale, smile. And again, inhale fingertips to the sky. Exhale palms, wrap the skull. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to sweeten. Inhale palms up to release. Exhale to circle. Flap those wings. Inhale to cup palms. Exhale to receive. Inhale palms to heart. Exhale to shine. Using your breath, bring your hands to the ground and pull your left knee in to sit on your heels in seiza or in an easy cross-legged pose. Allow your eyes to drift closed. I invite you to recall a change you have noticed in yourself. When you feel like time has stopped, that further change is unlikely or even inconceivable, the only way forward is through. Change is possible, inevitable even. Step through the portals of your practice and notice something change. Could it be you? On your next inhale, push back onto the balls of your feet and exhale into a standing forward bend. Find a comfortable distance for your feet and some intuitive movement. Alternate the bend into your knees. Clasp your elbows or allow your palms to drag along the floor. Nodding and shaking your head. How has your relationship to gravity changed? Gather your energy on your next inhale, then use your breath to rise up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Allow your arms to circle around you, fingertips reaching for the sky. Exhale to wrap your palms either side of your skull. Remember where you started, on the ground, in resignation. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to sweeten this memory, this moment. Inhale to release your palms to the sky. Exhale to circle your arms around your body. Take up space. Inhale your cupped palms before you in gratitude. Exhale, receive. Inhale your palms to your heart. Exhale, smile. One last time. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, palms wrap the skull. Remember. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to sweeten. Inhale, palms up to release. Exhale to circle. Inhale to cupped palms. Exhale to receive. Inhale your palms up to rejoin your heart. Exhale to shine. Take a few moments to shake your whole body. Wriggle, twitch, roll, shake your hands and your heads. Get all that stagnation up out of your body right now. And now bring your hands to your hips. Root your heels in confidence. You are your own sovereign body. You are your own blazing center of gravity. Let the power of this Resign to Rise practice wash through you as we close with the sound of one Om. Inhale. When you feel powerless, trapped and drowned at the bottom of a well, the only way forward is through and up and ablaze. Your energy, your voice is welcome. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. I see your light. I honor